From KARK4 and Fox 16, this is a special report. Here's Mitch McCoy.
8:56 right now on the clock, and we are just 4 minutes away from a scheduled 9 a.m. Senate committee that is going to be held at the Arkansas State Capitol. You're looking at a live picture from our state capitol there. You see our photographers adjusting the camera there as all eyes are on our state's capitol today, discussing that bill that currently bans school districts from creating their own mask mandates. We have seen hours of testifying and testimony over the last just a day now. This is day 2. We saw the House committee meet yesterday discussing this. The Senate committee will meet today on a bill that would overturn that ban. And while a lot of eyes have been on Arkansas's Capitol, there is growing amount of attention on the other part of this issue, and that is in the court system, where there are active lawsuits pending against the state of Arkansas regarding this current ban on masks. And I want to get to David Camps right now. David, good morning to you. Thank you for joining us on day 2 of Arkansas in special session. Catch us up on what's happened over the last 24 hours in terms of these lawsuits, because late last night, the LRSD board has voted to sue the state of Arkansas on this ban. No court filings as of yet, but all eyes are on the courts waiting for that to happen.
Right, I saw that this morning, and I can only assume that they're going to file the same lawsuit that we saw a draft of earlier this week. And I think yesterday's testimony in the legislature will be probably more important than I would have expected it to be in that lawsuit. As I was listening to it, I made some notes about what was said and how it would relate to this possible litigation. And I think that what I heard is going to be good for the school district.
If you're just joining us here, we are watching this live shot here from the state capitol. We are standing by waiting for the Senate to begin its meeting. This is going to be the Education Committee. They are going to be discussing this current ban on masks in schools. We have been watching all eyes, all attention right now on these meetings that are expected to happen later today. Let me just walk through with you what is currently on the agenda, and let me tell you, there's quite a bit. So the Education Committee will meet at 9 a.m. So in just a matter of a minute is that Senate committee expected to begin. The House and the Senate is expected to convene in the chambers at 10 a.m. As of right now, what's on their agenda is that federal that bill really to ban the state of Arkansas from participating in federal unemployment benefits related to the pandemic. Remember that $300 extra in people's paychecks, that was the federal dollars, the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program. Both committees yesterday voted to move that bill to the full House and the full Senate, and we are expecting a vote on that at 10 a.m. at some point. It's at least on their agendas. At some point today, the Senate and the House are expected to go back into committee and discuss a various amount of topics. But the committee is the Public Health, Welfare, and Labor Committees. There is no agenda yet, though, for what is expected to happen out of those meetings. So we're waiting to see what will happen on that front. But as of right now, at 9 a.m., the Senate is expected to meet, and we're waiting for that live video to appear. Looking at just some topics here, David Camps. David Camps is a lawyer, has his own law firm, his own practice here in Little Rock. Looking at some of these bills, there's a lot of bills making its way to these committees, both in the Senate and the House. Are judges in Pulaski County, are they monitoring what's happening here at the state capitol, or is that more on the lawyers' parts? Because the court system's not going to just put this on hold.
No, the judges aren't monitoring well, I mean, I assume they're aware of current events, but the lawsuit is going to have a hearing, and in that hearing, the court's going to take whatever evidence is properly submitted. And what happened yesterday, as far as the testimony that was given in House Bill 1003, which is the bill that would repeal or alter the mask mandate or anti-mask mandate act. That testimony, I can't imagine, wouldn't be extremely relevant for those hearings. Again, the Little Rock School District is, in their draft complaint at least, has alleged two main constitutional challenges to this bill. And yesterday's testimony was on point regarding one of those, which was the equal protection claim, essentially that this bill doesn't serve any, or this act doesn't serve any legislative or proper state interest or legislative interest. It doesn't have any rational basis, is what the law refers to it as. And we heard that with testimony from the superintendent, who has, I think he said, 700 kids in Marion in quarantine, which is an insanely high number. And then we heard from an infectious disease doctor, and we heard from the representative that sponsored the bill. And what I took from that testimony, first and foremost, is that there didn't appear to be any rational basis to prevent schools from requiring a mandate. The doctor said it was medically
Committee shall be allowed to bring up bills for
with kids that are unvaccinated. The superintendent said it was necessary to keep schools running efficiently for kids to get an education, that there was significant economic damages to the community when kids were in quarantine for 14 days, sick or not. Their parents had to stay home. They couldn't go to work.
Hey, David, unfortunately, I have to cut you off. I'm so sorry. We're just getting word right now that the Senate committee is meeting. Let's listen in live as the testimony gets underway. Again, they're discussing that bill that would overturn the state's mask mandate. Let's listen in live.
This committee decided to hear a bill, we could do that. Is
That's
that what
correct.
that rule means? And is it also the case for the bills that were filed yesterday, and all the hubbub of everything, if we wanted to consider a bill that was filed but not referred here, could we also call up that bill?
Yes,
With a 2/3 vote?
Correct.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Senator Chesterfield, you're recognized for a question?
Thank you, Madam Chair. SB 2
Yes.
does not meet that criteria?
No, it was filed and there's not been 24 hours. So we would need to delay testimony on SB 2 as well.
All right, thank you.
Yes, ma'am?
So are we meeting tomorrow?
So I will work with the sponsors of the bills, and once that threshold is met for both of the bills, then we will reconvene at a later date. Okay? Anything else? All right, with that, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
All these.
Okay, want to try and get some clarification on what just happened. It sounded like they were working to get some bills merged at some point, but I want to see if we can check in with our political reporter, Jay Burr. Jay Burr is inside that committee right now, and I'm waiting for an update because there was a lot. We got into that at a somewhat just a couple minutes late, but trying to figure out what's happening. So we'll wait for an update from Jay Burr. Again, he's in that committee meeting, and we're kind of in a standby mode right now. If you're just joining us, the Senate just held it could be one of the shortest committee meetings maybe ever. The Senate Education meeting. This is a tweet, a photo from Jay Burr inside that Education Committee. This is where they were also going to take up the conversation on the a bill that would overturn the state's mask mandate. This is also happening. This is ahead of a meeting that is scheduled to take place when the House and the Senate are both expected to convene at 10 a.m., where right now on their agenda is a bill to vote on overturning the state's participation in the federal unemployment pandemic assistance program. But as of right now, we're just waiting to see exactly what happened in that meeting. It looks like, okay, so I'm just getting word now. Okay, so this is coming in from Jay. He says, guess not, rules are to have testimony. There must be a 24-hour period, meeting adjourned. So there must not have been enough notice for this meeting to begin. And so we're now waiting to see exactly what happened. At this point, you would think that, at this point, waiting to see how they will go about this, one would assume that they are just going to reschedule that meeting or this committee meeting. Looking to see if we have any more notes here. At this point, it would appear that the meeting is over. Just to recap here, what could have been one of the shortest meetings in the Senate committee is that what we just saw, and that was the Education Committee meet very briefly, and there was a conversation had there about rules of the committee, and the rule is that they have to have 24 hours notice for there to be testimony. Apparently that was not given, and so they have adjourned the meeting. This bill, one would assume, is still on the table, though, Senate Bill 2, which would overturn the state's ban on school mask mandates. We are going to continue updates here as we get them, but for right now, we will wait for the Senate and the House to meet at 10 a.m. When they meet at 10 a.m., we will bring you that coverage on the device that you're watching. Again, they're scheduled to meet 10 a.m. Very shortly. There is a bill on the table for the Senate and the House to convene. They are expected right now, it's on the agenda, to vote on withdrawing Arkansas's participation in the federal unemployment assistance program, the pandemic funds that have been going to Arkansans, that extra $300 or so each month that has been going out for months now. There are lawsuits pending, by the way, regarding that. So we will wait, and we will be back at 10 a.m. as Arkansas is in special session. Our continuing coverage continues all day long right here on the device that you're watching. Have a good day. I'm Mitch McCoy in Little Rock.